is you're a friend. A service advisor needs to be a friend to the customer. They need to feel like we care, like we're attentive to them, and that we want them back. Like we care about how they feel about the process. Like, you know, I say this all the time, but I wouldn't recommend something to a customer that I wouldn't recommend to my mom. And so making them feel like a friend, making them feel like family is why you're there as a service advisor. And just think about this for a second, is if I could cut out that added expense in the financial statement, which usually ends up being 8 to 10% of the gross, right? If I could cut that out and save it, which in some dealerships or service departments can be hundreds of thousands of dollars. If I could cut that out and the customer would have a better experience, we don't need service advisors. And if you start from that perspective, that a service advisor's role is to make the whole process better, more effective, and the customer to want to come back, like, and trust us. That's your role as a service advisor. It's a hard role. You got a lot, you got a lot to do there. You got to set the technician up for success. You got to build trust with the customer. You're juggling a lot of things all at once. It's a hard thing for an average person to be able to do all that in a day over and over and over again.
Yeah. There's no way you can go into it with half effort. You got to be all in on that thing. And I think that carrying the flag for the customer is like it's the best incentive to do the job really well.
Well, and I think the tech.
Oh, yeah.
Because like technicians know, when a technician gets a certain advisor's job and they're like, oh, this guy. Versus, oh, thank goodness I got Christian, right? Like technicians used to be really excited that I got there, that they got one of my ROs.
Because they knew you were going to sell work.
I was going to sell it and I was going to do whatever needed to be done to set them up. I was going to get them the description. I would call, I wasn't passive in my involvement in the transaction. It wasn't like, well, that's the tech's problem.
Yeah, so as an advisor, like the customer needs to be your biggest fan, a tech should be right behind that. Like always. And I think the thing that, I don't know, it's not always that a tech expects that you're going to sell everything, but by golly, they need an answer fast.
Well, if I didn't sell it, that's the other thing. I'd go back and tell them why. I would say they're trading it in or whatever, but I always wanted the technician to think that doing an inspection on a vehicle was not wasted when it was my RO.
So smart.
So a lot of times what happens is the tech never hears back from the advisor whether the work was declined or not, and then the car or truck just disappears, and they don't know, and so they think, oh, you didn't call.
And they wasted their time looking it over.
So I wanted to know I did call, and this is what was said, or this is why, or they're trading it in, or they don't have the money, or whatever it is, but I didn't want the technician to feel like it wasn't going to be presented. Because I think for a lot of technicians, if they know you're going to present it, they don't expect you to sell it every time. But when it really upsets them is when they've done the work to inspect and they put their effort in and you don't even try as an advisor, they get bitter. And it's demotivating. Thanks so much for watching this clip of Service Driving Revolution. We're uploading new stuff every day, so make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss out. If you have a question you'd like us to answer on the show, call 8333-ASK-SDR and we'll answer your question on the show. That's 8333-ASK-SDR. For special deals on our books and training, head over to offers.chriscollinsinc.com. Now that's offers.chriscollinsinc.com. I'm Chris Collins, and I'll see you in the next video.